I didn't listen. Why didn't I listen?
I'm not really fond of that term. That's much better.
What is up, everybody? Edward and Jared back again for Two Bronies, the only internet show where smut peddlers will always have a say in the matter, no matter what.
But I didn't listen.
That fucking, this is the pictures up there. They said no clapping, but I didn't listen.
Use that picture.
I am going to use that picture.
You saved it, right?
Saved it.
I don't know why I put on my jacket. I'm just going to take it off.
I'm pretty sure I saved it. Yeah, I had to, because I wrote clopping on it.
Yes.
Alright, so, yeah, so...
Go ahead and put up that picture, if you would,
Iggy,
please.
Just boo it.
Yeah.
Just boo it.
Yeah.
So...
Make it flash in colors. It'd be awesome.
We're back for another season. I always say
season
that.
5. I've been waiting a whole year.
I meant Two Bronies, but...
Well, I guess I've been waiting for that too.
Yeah. Ever since the special a month or two ago, I've been waiting 6 years.
I've been waiting 6 years since season 5, despite the fact it's only been a couple of months. It felt like generations, and I sent them all to their deaths.
God damn it. So, well, getting back into the swing of the show, new business. I dropped my computer the other day.
Again?
Yes.
Is it alright?
No! If you
running?
notice, the screen doesn't sit up anymore. It leans back.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Also, it's like cracked near the disk drive, but it hasn't affected anything. So.
Mainly because I don't pay attention to anything.
Well, that and because my room's pitch black.
You live in darkness?
I live in darkness.
Well, that's why I can't find them.
The only new business you have is that you got fired from your job.
I didn't get fired. I got let go.
That's being fired. Except not out of a cannon. My banana unfrozen yet?
I told you to nuke it.
I'm not nuking my fucking banana.
You wouldn't
It's still cold.
You wouldn't let me warm it up for you.
I wouldn't listen. Why didn't I listen?
Why wouldn't you listen?
Oh, so... I think that's good for new business.
I'm back to not having a job, so I'm looking for a job. My truck runs, so
Go
that's
ahead
good.
and hire me.
Yeah, hire me. Fucking email the head or Edward.
Head?
Yeah.
Don't email me. I don't have an email.
How'd you get your channel then? Don't you need an email to set up a
but
channel?
I don't know what email I'm using.
I
don't have to remember it.
I put in someone else's email. I don't know. And the guy opens his email. It's like, what the hell is the Nico chan?
I'm using saggytitty47@gmail.com.
This is how you got your channel. You're using your grandma's email. She can't say anything, but she's dead.
Fucking lovely.
Oh, God.
God damn it. So, anyways, getting back into the swing of everything, let's talk about the episodes.
Okay, so first we're
last
talking about
week,
the season.
We were supposed to do
the
first two episodes.
Tired.
And then you showed up when my mom was home and we couldn't do the fucking thing. And I was originally just going to be like, well, okay, everybody, this is officially one Bronies.
We're going to record you by using bullshit.
As I was saying, getting into the episodes.
So, the first episode starts off with...
Hold on, the first episode is the Cutie Map, Part 1, Season 5. But I didn't need to tell you that because it pops up in the screen.
So, yeah, Iggy...
I mean, we could tell you the name because the name...
The only one doing his job around here is Iggy.
Yeah.
He doesn't get paid enough.
No. He gets a raise in pay. He gets a plate of cookies. Like
a whole second plate of cookies.
I thought you said a whole stick of cookies.
Yes.
Alright, so the Cutie Map,
and it's not like they poked him down the middle. It's like they put him on ends.
Damn it. The Cutie Map starts off with the weirdest fucking goddamn intro ever. Don't you point your cookie stick at me.
It's a cookie sword.
That's a cookie stick, bitch. Anyway. It's the episode starts off in like the weirdest fucking way ever. Because it's like It's like, well, according to this, it's the same way Jared pointed out, where it followed the defeat of Lord Tyrek, but I don't think it really did. And they're just kind of they're just lazying around. See, this is the short summary of it. There's nothing to do. Sit on the chairs, map appears, insert Spike joke, intro. They're pretty much it's just them talking about there's nothing really to do, and they didn't even notice that every time one of them sat in their chair, the cutie mark above them would start glowing. How do you not fucking notice this shit?
Okay, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but they did notice the butt pager.
Yes.
Which is odd. But to be fair, if your butt started vibrating,
that's not that far ahead. That actually happens when the map shows up.
No, well, I was referring to the time at the end of
but it also
second
happens
episode.
at the beginning.
My point is that no, this makes sense mainly because it's like right after they defeated Tyrek, and they were trying to figure out what the castle does because they came out of that box. So they're still trying to figure out what the hell this all really means. So it's fucking. They're just looking around things. And then when they finally apparently sit down together, because apparently they haven't sat down in the same room because they can't tolerate each other. They're like the worst friends ever.
Even after Equestria Girls, it's like they've been sitting in there, but I don't think in Equestria Girls they even sat in the chair all at the same time. I think there was like some were laying on the floor.
Yes. Yeah. You know,
it had to have been after Equestria Girls too, because she wouldn't have had any books in her library if it was right after the defeated Tyrek. But she has a library, as stated in the 3rd episode, which we will cover later on.
I didn't listen.
Damn it. So anyways, the fucking cutie marks fly off of their ass and hover over the map to a certain area. So they decide, well, I guess we're supposed to go there and spread the magic of friendship, if necessary by force. Which Twilight didn't say, but I think it was implied heavily.
Ironically, they used the least amount of force.
No, they used Fluttershy. That's the full amount of force you can use.
Oh. No, that fucking butterfly. The mightiest butterfly in Equestria. The one where it was Flufflepuff and Snowflake wrestling. Or no.
I forgot about that. They were doing a tug of war.
Tug of war, right? And the fucking
and Snowflake couldn't beat her because he couldn't move her, and then the butterflies flew over and took off with her.
With both of them.
Yeah. But anyway. After a small little...
Oh, wait, that's the
they decide to go over where it's showing them on the map, so... After some talking and actually Spike mentioning that he's going to be hanging out with Big Mac, which is weird because as I told you, I read somewhere that there's going to be an episode where Spike starts bonding with Twilight's brother.
Yeah.
Which just goes to show you that he's actually extending his network of friends outside of these estrogen-ridden ponies to hang out with a little bit more when I say manly, the first pony that comes to mind is definitely not Twilight's brother.
No, it's fucking...
Big Mac, yes.
I like the fact that they're addressing that Spike is actually growing up. So he seeks out male role models.
Companionship.
Well, I say role models and shit. So people to look up to, basically.
Less gay.
Yeah, well, I'm just alluding to the fact that he's trying to learn more from others, which is a big part of this show. What strikes me as odd is that they didn't do this sooner, so, and it makes sense that they're trying to implement it, but I don't think they're gonna go further on than just an excuse to tell where Spike is at the time. Yeah. They might have like the one episode you said, but they also said they're gonna have a whole episode dedicated to the background ponies. So Lyra, Vinostrax, Octavia, and all the other...
No, the Octavia twins.
The Octavia,
they need to be
both
a thing in the show.
Yes. I'm dying. Anyway.
And like the last actual episode that we did, there should be hair pulling and punching involved.
But I didn't listen.
As I was saying, after a short train ride, they end up in this fucking weird-ass town with these weird-ass houses and creepy-ass smiling bastards.
Oh, God, the smiles.
Who all have the same cutie mark, which is the equal symbol.
The equalist. I knew it. Again.
The only person that's really suspicious of it, Pinkie Pie. Because apparently, happiness and smiling is her game.
Yeah, well,
and if you're not playing it right, she'll seek your ass out and break your fucking kneecaps.
Her element is laughter, so it makes sense that she would realize that the smiles are fake or forced.
Fucking Applejack's element is honesty, and she blatantly lied in the 3rd episode, which we will cover later.
Yeah, she's getting better at it.
But anyways, they're met with a couple of ponies who point out that Twilight's an alicorn, and then they basically herd the main characters to the only house that's not set up in a line that actually looks a little bit different from the other houses. And she happens to be the cult leader, Starlight Glimmer, who for the longest time fans were saying was a pony version of Aria Blaze from Equestria Girls because they have the same color scheme almost. Little bit off.
What
the pigtails. The pigtailed one.
Yeah. The only one I remember is Sonata Dust, mainly because, like, for a whole month you were all like, Sonata Dust.
I still do that. Once they meet the cult leader, and she starts
I like how you just automatically said cult leader.
Yeah, because she basically is.
I know, but I'm like, you could have waited. No, you introduced her as the cult leader.
She walks out and starts talking about how she's giving these people friendship by making them all equal. Nobody's better than anybody else. And Rainbow Dash needed an adult during that song.
Yes.
Unfortunately, she was an adult.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. That's the unfortunate part in this scenario.
Not mentally.
Rainbow Dash is an adult.
So during the song, 2 ponies fly up to her and just like touch her and then slowly drag her down to the floor. All while smiling, by the way.
Get on this, TROY. We've already seen your fucking gif where Sugar Bell's touching Pinkie Pie's vagina, so get on this shit.
Yes.
Still haven't made her the pony spotlight, by the way. The brony spotlight. But anyway, so she's like, basically, they're just a big allusion to fucking,
That's allusion, not illusion.
Which I had to school Jared at.
Apparently there's a difference.
Yes. They're a lot like the fucking communists in the fact that everybody's equal. And nobody's different. Everybody is on the same level. Despite the fact that they're fucking... Starlight Glimmer is a fucking cult leader who lives in a house that's almost exactly different from everybody else.
So, to give you guys an idea where we started from calling her Hitler because...
No, I never called her Hitler. I accidentally called her a Nazi.
Yeah.
But when I meant fucking communist, but...
Okay, so we reduced it to communists. Because it made more sense because she's trying to equalize everyone.
While still containing a small amount of power over them.
Exactly.
Not making them equal.
And because she wanted to be the leader of this whole equalist thing, we basically demoted her to cult leader. So, Mormon? Maybe?
Without the magic underwear.
Oh, we could add magic underwear.
After the little... fucking musical number.
She should have had the magic underwear in order to keep her fucking cutie mark.
True.
But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah. Anyway, she invites them to give up their cutie marks. They said nay. Yeah. And so they're like sitting... I have to point this out because it is really sad. Because it's also really annoying to me. Because I like Pinkie. They were sitting there waiting for some, like, what were they, muffins or cupcakes?
Muffins.
They were muffins?
They were muffins.
They were muffins that would have made Derpy sick, apparently.
Yes.
The pony running it, Sugar Bell.
No, the muffins were stated pony recipe, so she had no choice.
It wouldn't have mattered even if she did. Her cutie mark was taken away. So she still would have made terrible cupcakes.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, is that, she wouldn't be fucking... I don't know why he's tied to her fucking cutie mark. It doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean? Her cutie mark had to do with baking.
I know, but you could learn that as a skill. There are other fucking ponies that know how to bake.
No,
they don't necessarily...
List some, right now.
Fucking... Applejack, she can bake. Yeah,
but that's tied to apples, which happens to be her cutie mark.
Yeah, but...
She can't bake anything else, only apples.
She's baked cakes before. She helped
with apples in it.
She helped Pinky in the...
helped! She didn't do it on her own.
Whatever. Fucking... My point is that...
There is no point because you have failed.
My point
you
is
lose,
that
you get nothing.
No, you just keep interrupting me so I can't continue.
Yes, the good old...
Fuck you, I'm right solution.
Republican.
You learn from, what's her name, the cult leader.
Hell yeah.
Fucking number one student.
There's so many fucking ass shots of her. Jesus Christ.
The
plot thickens.
Yes, very much so. And in vast quantities.
Unless you try to eat Sugar Bell's cupcakes, in which case you will... Well, actually...
No, Pinkie Pie get pretty plumped.
So... Their plan, the Sugar Bell tells them, I need to meet with you in secret because she obviously doesn't want to be a part of this stupid fucking cult.
The walls have ears.
And so she's like, meet me in my basement. No sexual implications implied.
Oh,
so then they come up with the stupidest plan to make Pinkie, who has already shown disgust towards these fucking muffins, to eat all the fucking muffins, to which her fur visibly turns green with sickness. And Applejack goes, oh my, Pinkie, I can't believe you ate all them muffins. Once again proving that she is the worst candidate for fucking element of honesty because all she's been doing so far with it is lying about shit.
You can't know the truth until you've told 1,000 lies.
No, fuck that shit. That's not a thing.
That's a thing.
That is not a thing. Nobody ever says that. Fuck you.
I think it's a Buddhist teaching. I'm not sure. Someone looked that up.
Buddha doesn't exist. On a side note, a friend of mine from the session pointed out that there is a manga and or anime that has to do with the teenage Jesus and Buddha being friends.
Really?
And now I want to find that and see it because it sounds amazing. So, they end up in the... I like the way they worded this part of the section because I'm, reading it from the wiki just to make sure I stay on track with everything. And it's called Big Brony is Watching You.
Yeah.
I love that. That's amazing. So, they end up in the basement, and everybody comes out of the shadows with these creepy-ass smiles like it's going to be a fucking rape scene.
That or they were going to get shot in the head.
Yeah, because Sugar Bell overheard them talking about their fucking different beliefs and how yet they're still friends. Which was the core idea of their cult leader was that in order to be friends, you have to take away your differences. Everybody has to be the same so they can be friends. Which is the core value of their cult leader, which is completely blatantly different because Jared and I are as different as night and day.
Well, we both agree that we're discussing living man
Yes, but the thing is that we're so fucking different, every so often we question why we're friends.
Yes, actually. The weirdest thing, we became friends because we met once in a museum on a school trip.
Yes.
That's like the first time we met. And if I recall, you broke dance in an elevator.
Yeah.
And we bonded over the artwork, which basically was
nudity.
Because we were kids, and even as adults, we'll still point this out. I was like, look, nipples.
Yeah.
This is a great match.
And then we met once again because we went to the same school.
Yeah.
We were in the same class, and then we just became friends after that.
It was more like we met once, and then later we met again, and I'm like, I know you. And then
You're the guy that broke dance in an elevator.
You're that guy.
You're that guy.
You're the nipple guy. I was the nipple guy.
Yeah, I'm the nipple guy. So, anyway... It looks like they're gonna get fucking shanked, but then it turns out that there's three ponies in the town that want to get their fucking... Well, there's four, but... Three of them are the main ones, and I'm still saddened by Night Glider, who's basically a palette swap version of Spitfire when she gets her kitty mark back. She looks much better with her equal symbol.
So, Twilight gets her hair in, like, the third episode.
God damn it, can we stop jumping ahead here?
I'm sorry, but I gotta point that out.
I know we just watched it, but calm down.
It's amazing.
Anyway,
again,
so they're in the basement, like, our cutie marks got taken away, and we want our cutie marks back because we don't want to live in this fucking communist regime fucking encampment cult bullshit. So
it turns out
they talk to
there's a fucking ritual that they had to
they talk to Starlight Glimmer, I almost called her Sunset Shimmer. Starlight Glimmer, who shows them this huge-ass vault where she fucking takes away their cutie marks via ritual. Now, at first, she claims it's using an artifact of some guy who, even as I look it up online, I can't seem to find the name.
It's new. So
yeah. And I'm hoping they expand on that because it sounds amazing that there's this unicorn that had like 6 artifacts. I think it was 6.
No. Wait, maybe.
Yeah.
It was either 6 or 9.
Twilight said something about 6 or something. 6 or 9, goddamn.
Yes.
Anyway,
those are my lucky numbers. But that's beside the point.
She mentions that the staff, which looks like it's taken straight out of like Evangelion, is the thing that allows her to perform the ritual, which we later find out is a fucking lie, and it rips the fucking cutie marks off of it. So then she asks how they know about it, and Pinky almost blows the whole thing, and then they get their cutie marks ripped off, and then it's to be continued. So it goes into the second part of the cutie map, where they wake up after what seems like they've been drugged in a fucking house that pretty much looks like everybody else's, and they find out that they're, for some reason, a lot of their cutie marks tend to tie things in with their personality.
It's a re-education camp, and you can go ahead put like finger quotes around what
re-education.
Yeah, re-education
to help them
camp.
focus, to help them concentrate, if you will.
Yes.
Very communist-like.
I know, right?
Very Nazi-like, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
So they wake up in the fucking hut that they're locked in.
A concentration camp.
Yes. And for some reason, like, Fluttershy's makes sense because she got her cutie mark after communicating with animals. And cutie marks are supposed to be not just the skills that you have, your special talent, but also what makes you you is usually your special talent. So you usually have a personality that revolves around it.
Yeah.
To be fair, as you pointed out, Applejacks makes fucking no sense.
No, it makes sense because...
Or was it me that pointed it out that made no sense? I think it was me that said it made no sense.
You never make sense. The point is...
I never do.
I was trying to say that it didn't make sense that Fluttershy would lose her ability to speak to animals because it's shown in several episodes where she learns and picks up their language as time goes on, as she spends time with a certain animal. Yeah,
but see, that's part of her special skill.
Yeah. My point is that
communication in general with animals.
It is a skill. She learned something, so she shouldn't completely lose it. This is what I'm saying. And same, I said the one with Applejack, it made sense because she didn't become a country pony until after the Rainbow thing. And then she discovered
she was a country pony before that. She just wanted to not live on the farm because she was forced to do chores. Because she was a lazy piece of shit. And then they sent her to her aunt where she was brainwashed into wanting to go back to the farm. So her whole thing is a lie.
Yeah.
Her whole life. That's why she's only a background character. And she will never be a princess. Come at me, MLP boards.
Japan has predicted it, so, we got back up.
And they're pretty on the ball about shit, so.
I know, right? They're like 6 years ahead of us.
So.
Not like a day. That's 6 years, motherfucker. Mm. That's a day every fucking year, man. You kidding me?
So, they're trying to figure out what they need to do to get out of there. And Twilight comes up with the idea to fucking implant Fluttershy, the most pushover of the 6.
Spy.
Fucking be their spy.
You know what I'm calling her? What was her name?
Flutter Spy?
No. Have you watched Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No.
Anyways, there's this this couple, right? But they're not a couple. They're like this. They should be a couple, but they don't know it, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The girl, she's very mousy, much like Fluttershy, but she's been implemented in Hydra's organization before, and she came out with flying colors. So basically, that is Marvel version of Fluttershy.
Okay. So, anyways,
unfortunately, Fluttershy doesn't have the science.
The cult leader brings everybody out, and they bring them out of the fucking little tiny house, and they're like, "Who wants to join us?" And they're all like, "Fuck this shit." And then they use Fluttershy, who from the beginning has said that these people seem happy, and that their way of life seems, while not favorable to the other 5, seems like it's pretty okay. So she was the obvious choice, even if she's a super fucking pushover. Because it just made sense.
I like how she convinced herself into it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So, she's like integrating herself. She's trying to figure out the secrets. And then she ends up flying near, No, she was staying at the house of the cult leader. But she went out during the night. and the cult leader spilt water on her ass, which ends up in another ass shot.
One thing I did like is her climbing up the chimney.
Oh yeah, she comes out of the chimney.
That was adorable.
Fucking thing. So then, when the water splashes on her butt, her equal cutie mark runs off and reveals to be some sort of like magic-based.
That's right, folks. Get ready. Season 5, nothing but plot.
Nothing but ass shots in the first couple of episodes.
Yes.
Also, there was that scene where they basically had Fluttershy like you said, like they were gonna give her a gun to execute the people that.
Oh
told them
God,
about the
yes.
Thing.
We gotta backtrack because they're like, Fluttershy should go in there and then like infiltrate the organization. It's like, oh, so just to be sure that you're one of us. Who was it that told you about the secret room? And at that moment, I could have swore she was gonna hand her a gun and say like, do it,
kill them, kill them because I tell you to.
Like that guy from Star Wars, I forget. Fucking.
It was probably the older one because it's when Luke and his dad. Spoilers, by the way, for those of you who haven't seen it, I guess. Luke and Darth Vader, who's Luke's father, they're fighting, and then Luke gets the upper hand, and then the Emperor's like, "Yes, kill him. Do it. Do it. Do it."
He's jerking off.
Yes. So they go back to fucking pulling the other 5 out of the house. And one of them starts losing faith, so he gets shoved in there. And then it's like he comes out again and he's like, "They were trying to speak lies, but I didn't listen." And his eyes like derp.
Let's stop. Someone screen captured that picture and then drew a better one.
Yes,
and
which was put up at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, and if you ever read it, it says they said no clock, no
they
clock.
Said no clopping, but I didn't listen. So
I love our fandom. It's amazing.
The people start losing their faith, and then Fluttershy goes to like hit. Oh, fuck! I forgot her name. Starlight. There we go. Starlight with water, but she ends up missing it first. But then the water, eventually they get it right, and the water starts running the mark off, and then they're like, "Why would you do this to us? We trusted you. We blindly followed you," like quite a bit of other religions.
Yeah, well, a lot of them believed in it,
and
right?
cults.
I would imagine that she may have forced a couple ponies, in order to do this.
And then told them that it was their idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically what the other 5 did to Fluttershy.
Yeah.
So who's the real monsters, MOP?
Fluttershy did it to herself. If you've seen that entire scene, it's just her talking to herself.
Yeah, but it takes 2 to tango. She's a fucking pushover, so...
Yeah.
Anyway...
Well, it didn't take much to push over, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. The whole town gets pissed off. They start pursuing her. She's got the main 6's cutie marks, but all the townspeople end up going to where the vault is. And then in a reference to the movie 1984 when they did a commercial with, I think it was, what did it say, Macintosh? I think it was Macintosh.
It was Apple.
Yeah.
Some type of Apple.
There was a commercial where one person runs in and they throw a fucking thing at a screen and it blows up.
If you haven't seen this commercial, it's an amazing commercial.
And they actually do an allusion to it in Futurama where they shoot a commercial for Planet Express, and it's somebody throwing a package through a giant screen of Mom Corp where Mom's yelling at somebody.
Okay, funny thing about that thing about Futurama. Apparently, it wasn't a reference to that commercial. It was a commercial. I don't remember which moving company, but an actual moving company used that for their commercial.
So it's still technically an allusion to the commercial.
I know,
because it's an allusion of the commercial.
Yeah, but it wasn't directly.
That's
the
some
first
fucking.
commercial. It was a commercial.
That is some mindfuck shit.
I know,
there.
right? This is amazing.
The whole town goes over, and it's revealed that the staff of sameness.
Illusion. We're breaking boundaries.
Yes, we're breaking it down, old school style. So they find that it's revealed that the fucking thing is a piece of wood, the staff of sameness. So the pony runs in and throws it through the fucking vault, and everybody's getting their cutie marks back. So 4 of them get it back. It was Double Diamond, who's obviously good at skiing, Party Favor, who's like a male Pinkie Pie basically.
Yeah.
Night Glider.
Yeah.
And Sugar Bell. So they get their cutie marks back. So them and the main six start pursuing Starlight, which is funny because apparently without their cutie marks, they've become so dull and boring, all they can do is slowly trot. They eventually use their eventually use their talents that they got back to chase down and attack Starlight to try and slow her down. And then eventually Double Diamond finds his skis and he airdrops in and causes an avalanche. So she's been knocked out of it, and then they get their cutie marks back, and then she gets pissed off and tries to laser the four with her magic. But Twilight steps in, and Starlight's like, why? It took me like years to learn that spell. And she's like, well, I've been studying magic for years too, asshole. So then...
No! She could have just said, I'm a fucking alicorn. That's it.
True, but she had to point out that she fucking been studying magic for years too, and that she's better at it because she's the main character.
Yeah.
So then, what looks like Starlight using a teleportation spell is merely her just melting the snow so she can get through the tunnel and get lost in the Cave of Two Lovers, as Jared pointed out.
Yes. Secret tunnel.
And as they found out that their mission was complete, they were watching the town's ponies celebrate, and then their fucking butt beepers went off again. Which is weird because their butt beepers go off in this episode, in this episode that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But then the next episode is like a filler episode. It has nothing to do with them going out and doing anything.
That's true.
That's very weird.
So
they still don't have the fucking summary.
I want to point out that I don't like the idea that their actual cue marks hold their abilities.
No, I think you mean their certain traits and personality.
Yeah.
Things.
No, Twilight wasn't able to use magic until she got her fucking cutie mark back. So yeah, she lost her abilities.
Yeah.
Again, Applejack wasn't able to break down a fucking door because apparently apples equate to power.
Third episode, the new one from our perspective, Castle Sweet Castle, which apparently was originally titled Library Blues. It starts off with Twilight washing animals with Fluttershy, which I originally thought the episode was going to be about her being very helpful, and then when she needs help with decorating the castle, none of them want to help. Which would have been very odd, because then that would, they've already established that they're such good friends that they'd do anything no matter what. So I'm glad it didn't happen that way.
It's something for the plot, whatever. But my point is that don't talk yourself out of your thing.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Neither do I. My point is that after she got done cleaning the bear, and she's like, well, there's no more animals to clean. I thought either Twilight or Fluttershy would look at one or the other side. Well, there's one more,
and then
give cleaning
one of the others a bath. So then,
what their tongue.
Twilight did what no other pony had the courage to do: kick Angel into a mud puddle, which he fucking deserved because I hate that bastard. As does a good chunk of the fandom.
I don't know. I'm not that upset with him, mainly because he's just a fucking rabbit. But
he's also a dick.
Yeah.
And I mean, you'd probably see it more if you actually liked Fluttershy, but you hate her, so.
But again, he is a dicky rabbit, I will admit that. But again, I gotta point out rabbit. That's like lunch.
So after the intro, it goes to, what was it? Wasn't it like the pancake thing? No, it was after Fluttershy had gotten a bath and they had bathed Angel. And Twilight was trying to weasel her way out of going back to the castle, so she mentions Pinkie Pie and some baking.
Yeah.
So then it goes to the castle the next day, and they're having a pancake breakfast. Yeah. Because Twilight and Pinkie cooked a shit ton of pancakes, to which Pinkie responds with, she lost the measuring spoon, somebody's getting a surprise in their pancake.
I love that they kicked up her personality in the season. Yes. Because in that's when she seemed a little bit predictable.
Yeah.
And I also like the fact that the writers respond to the fandom. So any things that
anything you fucking hate, just bitch about it and they'll get on it.
Yeah, get your Reddit, your subreddits, your fucking 4chans up, and then just and Megan McCarthy will get it eventually.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So after Twilight face blasts into her pancakes, and they end up waking her up, to which she responds that she's the pancake.
Yeah, I knew it! I knew it all along!
Pinkie found the measuring spoon in her pancake.
But I didn't listen!
They were like, they confront her on it, and she's like, well, the castle's just so big and empty, it's not like being in the library, which was small and claustrophobic.
I can admit, I would like to...
Despite the fact our library in Minecraft is super fucking big, her library is...
relative to ours... Shut up.
Yes. Hers was small and confining. So, this castle's, like, pretty much big and new to her, so she's like, well, shit. So they're like, okay, you go do something for the day, which was Rarity sending her to a fucking spa with Spike, who apparently sleeps with a Rarity doll.
He also do I.
And he also took a shit time to eat those pancakes.
Fucking a man needs his breakfast, alright?
I like the way he was like, wait. Alright, ready to go.
And if you notice, he grabbed a few for the
Yeah, he grabbed a few for the road, and then he fucking pocketed them somewhere. Yeah. And so him and Twilight go out to the spa, and then a fucking musical number pops up. There's a lot of musical numbers in this season. It's only been the first... I would count the first 2 episodes as like one part, because it's part 1 and part 2, even though they're 2 episodes. It's more like, since it's, you know...
I'll count it as an episode.
First,
if it's a part, and it's like, it's a whole section. So it's one episode, it's just an hour long.
Yeah. And that's usually what they do at the beginning of the season anyway. So, in this one, even though it's titled Episode 3, and we titled it Episode 3, it's basically the second episode of the entire season, and it's got singing in it.
Oh, yeah.
With a reprisal song later on and whatnot. So they're singing about making the castle something that she would like. But the thing is that anybody with eyes can see that they're fucking just making it the way they want it. Although, to be fair, hay and apples, which was what Applejack suggested, they're horses. So hay and apples go pretty much anywhere in anybody's house. But then you start getting fertilizer from her and fucking farm equipment, and then Rarity bringing in like fucking drapes and...
No, to be fair, those drapes look nice.
Pictures.
They're nice accents to the...
Unfortunately, they blind the shit out of people.
Well, the entire building is
they
made
were
of
like
crystal,
small
alright?
laser beams. Yeah, which means they didn't need the crystals to begin with.
They're accent crystals.
No, they were asshole crystals.
Yeah.
So,
although I'll give you the painting because that was a bit much.
Pinky brings a shit ton of balloons, which I guess is okay because, yeah, balloons, you know, celebrate that's her home. And then she can get rid of them later on. But she also finds a shit ton of party cannons, which she can't find later on because they're hidden so well. And Fluttershy brings in a shit ton of animals, which, to be fair, if Twilight had a garden, she could put all the animals there. Like, Celestia has the garden at the castle that has all the animals.
Yeah.
But Twilight's more of a bookworm, so she wouldn't be able to take care of them like she should.
I don't like the fact that they try to decorate one room.
And then there's Rainbow... Yeah, I don't know why they did that either.
It's a huge place. Why didn't they just pick
They could have spread all of it out and it still would have been fine. They did do a couple of other rooms in their own styles too, which actually sounded really cool. I hope they show those rooms. But Rainbow Dash, the worst of them all, isn't even trying. She's just like, I'm so great. Why don't I give a bunch of stuff that shows how great I am?
So
which is also weird because she points out that they're Twilight's best friends. They should be able to do better, despite the fact she fucking did nothing to try and make the room the way that they should have thought Twilight would like it.
Okay, so
she's got like
she's not that bright, all right?
And posters and
but
pictures
she's
of her.
smart enough to realize she's doing something wrong.
Yeah.
So there you go.
After the whole song and dance, they all start to realize that they've done a terrible job because it's so fucking cluttered.
I'm gonna make an analogy. It's basically her trying to walk into a room with a stack of wood, right? But it's like she's holding it sideways, and she's trying to walk straight into the door. So she's like, why can't I go in? I'm like, I know there's a way to do this. Come on.
Good old square peg and round hole.
Exactly.
Analogies. So anyways, after they figured out, they start lying to each other about the decorations backhandedly almost.
Yeah.
And Spike comes back in because he got just his nails did, while
the manliest of the dragons.
Twilight, he ordered Twilight to get a hairdo, which eventually turned out to be like a fucking anime hair. What happens is, Spike points out to them that it's terrible, and they're like, okay, yeah, it's fucking a disaster. keep Twilight busy till sundown and we'll have it fixed. He goes back, she reveals the hair, then he's like, no, we should get massages. And he wants the fucking hot rock deep tissue massage, which is done by none other than Bulk Biceps Snowflake, who busts through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man, and grabs him with his pectoral muscles, and then makes a new hole through the wall. I didn't hear what the other pony said, but I'm pretty sure she said he's new here.
Oh yeah. Fucking.
And leaves. So, it goes back to the others, and they're trying to figure out what's wrong with the room. So they're like, we should just take a couple of things out from everybody. So they did. So the room looked a little better. But then Rarity, being the stupid bitch that she is, couldn't decide on what she wanted to get rid of because she didn't want to get rid of anything. Because she thought everything pulled so nicely together. The big portrait of them, the fucking diamond curtains, the third thing I don't remember. What was the third thing?
Oh, there's just gems on the wall.
Oh, they were just gems. Okay. So, God damn it. Is that a fucking alarm?
Maybe.
There better be a fucking alarm.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Anyway, so Rainbow Dash gets rid of the portrait, to which Rarity, for some stupid reason, gets super pissed off and starts taking down posters. So then it slowly becomes this fuckfest where everybody's at each other's throats, to the point where finally, after they get done, they're back to square one. Then Rainbow Dash points out it shouldn't be this hard to do this because we're her best friends. Why don't we know what she likes? Then it pans back to Twilight and Spike, whose Twilight's hair is back down, as Jared pointed out. Spike's like, fuck, it's not even sundown yet.
He's a kid's cartoon drawing.
What?
When he gets out of the massage, he was like so stupid.
Oh yeah, he was terrible, just fucked up. And so Twilight's like, or Spike's like, let's take the scene around. She's like, no, it's like, let's go back to the thing. And then he's like, well, she was like, we can figure out what you want, and then it'll feel like you're home too, because they were talking about the library. So he's like, okay. So he hops on her back, and she goes to fly, and he stops her, and he's like, wait, I just decided I want a bed. And she's like, did you sleep like a baby there? And he's like, yeah, but babies are terrible at sleeping. To which I point out, babies are terrible at everything. Except fighting. Like in Gravity Falls.
Fucking...
Fight.
Get him.
They just start baby slapping.
The baby wrestling.
So they end up at a bed place, and Spike's testing out the beds, and Twilight's visibly annoyed at this. And he notices that the sun's going down, so he's like, I'll take this bed. Then the five go by with shovels, like corpse digging shovels, and Rainbow Dash is like, keep going, keep her distracted. So he's like, fuck. So he's like, this bed's too squeaky. So they go off back to Twilight's library, her old library, which is still destroyed. Nobody's cleaned up anything over there either, which is weird.
Yeah.
And so they make, who was it? It was, what was it, Rainbow Dash and Applejack?
No, Rainbow Dash and...
No, Applejack was one of the ones I was digging. I remember because when she started singing, she dug the shovel in.
Oh, so it was Applejack and Fluttershy. And Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash went with her.
With Rarity.
Yeah.
And they split up to get some stuff. And then they sing again. But as I pointed out to Jared, it's not technically a new song. It's just a reprisal of the previous song that they were singing. Because they learned the error of their ways. So,
Edward's got a lot of technicals on this.
Yes. So they ended up digging up the roots of the tree and putting like pictures inside of gems to have as a chandelier.
Which I gotta point out
Inside
is fucking amazing.
It is.
It's a very nice touch.
But it was funny because as they went back through the castle, Spike got pissed off because the halls, nothing looked different in the halls.
Yeah.
So he got pissed off in the hall. And...
to the windows, to the walls.
And he was like, I distracted her for nothing. And Twilight's like, what? And so they come clean. They're like, yeah, we had him distract you so we could fix up your room, or so we could fix up the throne room because it took forever to do. So when they go in there, it's this big, huge chandelier made of the roots of the thing with the fucking gems that had the pictures in it. To which I want to know who took some of these pictures.
Pinkie.
Fuck you, that actually makes sense.
She has the fourth wall breaking ability, so she could take all the fucking screen captures she wants.
Yeah.
And
then redraw them in better and put.
Yeah.
They told me not to go off, but I didn't listen.
Again, and she has like cameras and other shit like stashed all over Equestria.
Cams.
Huh.
And
She's
so
got emergency balls.
God damn it. So after all is said and done, and they have this happy moment, Pinkie Pie brings in a surprise cake, which apparently there might have been grapes or raisins, or they could have been really hot black beans.
That is fun. You know what I want to do? I want to do a mystery lunch sack. So basically, you reach in and grab whatever burger, and whatever burger it is, like you eat it. Then you have
no,
to
that's going to go bad for you. Because
it's terrible. Yeah.
No, because if we're allowed to just buy something and then throw it into a bag, I'm going to end up getting McDonald's.
Oh, God.
Just on the off chance you get a McDonald's burger.
No.
Because the rules stipulate that you have to eat what you grab.
Yeah, I know.
So, they decide to go into the kitchen, to which Rarity has redesigned, which actually didn't look bad. It actually looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Applejack points out that she redid the kitchen to be like a rustic kitchen, which I hope they show because that sounds awesome as shit.
I do like
I hope it looks like the one from Skyrim that you can make. Like how your kitchen was, where it had the stove and the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
like
amazing.
that. That'd be awesome. And then Rainbow Dash pointed out she put some Daring Do posters in Twilight's library.
Which makes
in her
sense because
castle.
she is a fan of that.
Yeah.
For once, she nailed something.
And Fluttershy put a bunch of stuffed animals in Twilight's room, which we still haven't seen yet.
Yeah. I gotta point out that despite the fact that Spike was just stalling, he should get a bed. I mean, sleeping on the floor can't be good.
He didn't sleep on the floor. He sleeps on his throne. Remember in the first episode, he was asleep on his little throne chair thing.
Oh yeah.
His Organization 13 throne.
Well, I realize he can sleep anywhere, but it's just like status, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
So that was the end of that one. So the next episode is called Bloom and Gloom, which to me is like, oh right, finally a fucking episode about Apple Bloom. Let's see what they have to say about it. Apple Bloom cannot get the prospect of finally receiving her cutie mark out of her thoughts, and the increasing pressure she begins to feel results in numerous anxieties that threaten to turn a special day into a nightmare. So are they gonna get... They can't give her a cutie mark. If they do, it's gonna ruin the whole dynamic of the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Maybe not.
No, it is.
No, well, it is...
It's gonna be exactly like what happened with her in Twist. Everybody's gonna want to hang out with her because she's no longer a freak.
No. Well, that's what I'm saying.
But she won't get big boobs.
Until she goes into heat. Anyways. That's what this horse meeting 101. Anyways. Fucking, it doesn't necessarily mean she'll stop hanging out with him, but she might,
Hang out with them less.
Yeah, she might help him less. Although, it should be, they should show her trying to help her friends more to gain their cutie marks, because that's the whole point of their club.
Yeah, but then once they get their cutie marks, the adventure stops, because it's pretty much, they're just stuck in one thing that they can do. Like, I read a Tumblr one where it was the Cutie Mark Crusaders after they got their cutie marks. Yeah. And they didn't hang out as much anymore, and they were, like, super depressed about having their cutie marks and blah, blah, blah. So,
you know, what I would like is, like, further in the future when they're, like, I don't want to say adults, but, like, older.
Yeah.
They would have to get together again and, pass on the title of Cutie Mark Crusaders onto new fillies.
Oh, sweet. I actually wrote something down.
You did?
For Brony Spotlight. Yeah, because originally I once again did not do TROI. I should have did TROI, but...
You haven't...
I have not done a Brony Spotlight on TROI. I'm definitely next time
You've mentioned her. That's what happened.
Yeah, but I changed it out at the last minute for Ed Plus 777.
Oh, yeah.
And he's still doing episodes, so... Getting to the Brony Spotlight. This episode's Brony Spotlight brought to you by Chug-a-Lug. Chug-a-Lug, get your banana on. Lumo. The artist Lumo. There's not a lot about Lumo that I have up on him, because I actually did some research, but I couldn't find anything. Lumo is a 21-year-old French artist who does a series called Pony Academy.
I've read that.
Yes. It's basically, for those of you who don't know, it's basically anthropomorphic My Little Ponies meets... I almost said Kill la Kill. No, not Harry Potter. Definitely not Harry Potter. Like, it's close to it, but no. It's more like, not Death Note. Soul Eater.
Soul Eater.
Yeah. Like, the art reminds me of it, the comedy reminds me of it.
Oh, yeah.
The class, the way the class works, the way the teacher is. It's pretty much just Anthro MLP meets Soul Eater.
I can see that.
And since he's French, it takes time for the things to be translated. But according to the website that I found, he's already begun work and or finished Chapter 4. No, he hasn't finished Chapter 4 because there's only like one page of it so far drawn. But Chapter 4 is going to have to do with Luna, which I'm excited for. According to his goal sheet that he has, the stretch goals, because he gets donations for it.
Cool.
All of the stuff that he's done so far has been unlocked in 2013. So we're just waiting on people to do, for him to finish Chapter 4, I guess. But also to have it translated. He finished Chapter 4 he got the funding for Chapter 4, or it unlocked in 2013. But apparently, I guess Chapter 4 was supposed to be the end of it or something, because Pony Academy 2 was unlocked in 2013. Which he wrote down, if the first opus is popular enough and this milestone is reached, as soon as I'll be done with this project, I'll be able to launch a second opus and introduce a bunch of new characters, which sounds amazing. The only goals that haven't been met yet are bonus smut, which if Jared had the ability to, he'd probably sink all his money into that, because it's 5 bonus pages of smut in the chapters with a grand total of 20 bonus pages.
Fuck donating money. I'll go to France to help him with it.
That would be terrible. The only other one besides that is a print drive, which every $60 and an extra backer will get a physical hard copy of the book that he's illustrating. And it includes an illustration set, which I assume means his fucking designs for everything. Because he's got the character concepts for, like, unicorns. There's no picture for Pegasi for some reason, but... They have the Earth Pony. I like this one because it's the pictures of Applejack and Big Mac, but Big Mac, as a lot of the other Earth Pony characters that they show in Chapter 3, a lot of them are super buff, muscular, tall characters. Yeah. With the exception of one of them who's actually kind of small, given the fact that most of them are super tall. So,
well, he only recently added Pegasi.
Not really.
I mean, it was the third
Rainbow
chapter.
Dash was introduced in the first chapter.
Oh, yeah, she was. Well, no, I only refer to the third chapter being because they show scenes of her and other Pegasi.
Mm.
So that's fun.
So that's it for this episode.
No!
What?
Jared's porn pics.
I thought you would forget about that.
Never.
Because I don't have it in my list, but okay.
Well, we added it.
I got it. Okay, I'm going to add it to the list.
Right
you
now.
Go ahead and do your thing.
Fucking... Alright, so the first episode, which was... Oh, God. The smiles. It's just the smile. I want one. Grin. This is a big one. Alright, this is a whole fucking... I want one pic. Feel free to draw it in multiple parts and just stick them together, but seriously, the main 6 being raped by the entire village, and the entire village must have the smiles, the creepy ass smiles.
That sounds like a sexually transmitted disease.
Yes. Okay, and then I want one where what's her name? Starlight something.
Starlight
Glimmer. She hands she hoves Fluttershy a gun, and then Starlight Glimmer's twitching her nipples. Feel free to use boob dimples, the crotch boobs. Okay, and then one with the male Pinkie Pie and Pinkie Pie. That's obvious. Fucking
I think they already have that, so.
Yeah, must include balloon animals.
Must include balloon dick.
Yes, balloon dick, balloon anything. It's gotta be balloons. It's a whole rubber fit. Remember, safety first.
Yes. Or is that it for that episode? And then...
No, let me think.
God.
Let me think.
This is horrifying. I need to cut out the let me think, because...
One with Starlight Glimmer, with that that fork
staff
thing. It's a fork.
They already have that.
They do?
Yeah,
Sweet.
I have it saved.
Hooray! That guy gets a cookie, brownie point, whatever. I want one.
But I didn't listen.
I didn't listen. Yes, one of that guy with that face.
I want to say that was Double Diamond. I'm not exactly sure if that was.
No, it wasn't Double Diamond.
It's the same color scheme. Isn't it?
No,
Are you
I don't
sure?
think it was Double Diamond.
Well, I'll check later on.
Okay, feel free to do this as a comic because I want to see this. Where Twilight leaves, right, and her friends find her toys. So yeah, Twilight has to leave, or you show her outside the door, and then her friends find her toys. And then the next page is her friends enjoying the toys.
I honestly thought you were going to say Rarity designing a sex dungeon.
There you go, Rarity designing a sex
This room wasn't here before. Well, it is now.
Well, the Highlander
Alright,
told
well,
me to design something you would like.
God damn it.
She wanted to be Rainbow Dash's pet, alright, so she's into it.
So that was it for this episode of Two Bronies. Check back every weekend. Not that there will always be one up every weekend, but...
Every other weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, join us again next time. You're all beautiful. Not everybody's a special snowflake, though. Sorry.
Stay sexy and stay not listening.
Yes. None of you listen to this podcast. Ever. We're done.